As you can see, some of the functions have bugged. For example, the arrow keys, even though they are functional, they do not appear as they should, which is bad. However, we do have the score, the lives, the start button functionality works properly. We're going to get onto this green giant ball in a second, but we have the leaderboard. I haven't edited the names because I didn't think it was necessary. We have a leaderboard right here and the game over function as well, which also works. Obviously the maze structure has also been affected, but that's also due to me adding more things to the code and not organizing it properly. That's just bad code efficiency on my part, and I do admit that. But yeah, functionality works fine. As you can see, the player only appears when the start button is off. However, I am struggling to get the enemies to where they're supposed to be. I'd obviously reduce the size, which should be pretty easy once I work on the code a little bit further. But this is what I've been able to do so far. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, as you can very well see, this is my HTML code. It's very simple, very nice structured HTML, very similar to the Pac-Man game and everything else. It has buttons, a layout, player character, the leaderboard, and everything. We have the CSS right here that gives it styling and everything else around I want around the maze. For example, the start div background color, which should be white. Also added text shadow and things like that. Also the body of the whole page, I also added a background color to be black. These are just things that the CSS does to help the page function and look more visually appealing. However, the real magic happens in the JavaScript code. As you can see, we have the constant mains right here, all the query selectors right here, the main, the start button, the lives list, the score element, the game over element, the restart button, and the controls. We also have the player points list, enemy lives, game score, everything that you would want in a Pac-Man game. One of the key functionalities is player movement and arrows, which is this function right here. This manages all the movements of the player. As I showed you in the previous page, the arrows are not showing. However, I do have the code right here, and it's just a matter of bettering my code efficiency to make everything come together in the page. As you can see, we're just going through the code. We also have a collision detection right here. We also have a checkpoints to check how many points people have and update the score as the game goes on. Also check enemy positions right here, which checks where the enemy is at all times and randomizes the enemy position at all times too. We have all our listeners right here. And we also have the leaderboard function right here. This is where all the leaderboard names will display, whoever is at the top, whoever is at the bottom. And yes, this is my code. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.